Hey guys, welcome back. So last spring, my wife and I went to Pilgrim Haven Beach, or Pilgrim Haven, I think it's a nature preserve in South Haven, and we picked up a bunch of. They're kind of famous there. It's one of the few places to grab them. It's, well, the only one that I'm aware of, but it's kind of it's a local specialty, and they're really just septarian nodules. So it's basically hardened clay with layers of calcite in it, and I've been kind of sitting on them and farting around with them, not really knowing what I want to do with them, and because I didn't know, I wasn't really experienced with my tumblers yet then, and so I just kind of let them sit, and now I'm feeling pretty comfortable with my tumbler. I'm pretty sure I know how they're going to turn out, and I'm 100% positive now that I'm going to get a really good shine on them. So I'm going to start working with them now. When I first got these stones, I was thinking about cutting into them. Agate Dad, of course, just at that time, released a video where somebody had sent him some agate, or some of these septarian nodules, and he had cut into them. And if I can find the video, I'll put it up here. You can find the link down in the description down below. And as he cut into them, he found that, you know, the entire stone had calcite running through it like it does on the outside, you know, just kind of chaotic and everywhere. So the bands, so it's not like the calcite ran through the stone. It's not like this pattern went all the way through the stone. It could die out, you know, in the next cut. It could only be surface deep. So I'm actually going to cut this nodule just to experience that on my own. Yeah, I'm going to cut that, and then I'm going to cut that down, and then I'm going to throw them into the tumbler. And as a bonus, I didn't realize I picked these up while I was there, and I really wish they were all over down there, and I wish I had grabbed just every single one that I saw, because one of these came through last year. I don't even know what this is, but I had one of these come through the tumblers last summer, and it was spectacular. It's that silver actually comes out actually silver, and it really pops, and it gets this dark brown. Oh, you're gonna see by the end of the video. I'm gonna tumble it in with these, but it's almost like a coquina jasper is what it kind of looks like. And I honestly love these way more than the lightning stones. And I didn't know where I'd found that stone, but clearly now I know, because these were in with the septarian nodules, so they must have come from Pilgrim Haven, and I didn't know what they were, and I still didn't know what they are, but they are pretty. So I'll show you those by the end, so stick around for that. And yeah, I don't know what that is, but I'll throw it in the tumbler anyway. Oh, look, little baby septarians. Oh, they're like little baby eggs, bird eggs of septarians. All right, well, I'll get that cut up, show you the results, and then yeah, let's get them into the tumbler. I don't know if I've shown these since I cut them, but I got a couple of sliced through these and got some decent pieces out of it. Like I'd said, the calcite doesn't run all the way through. It kind of stops whenever and wherever it wants, and obviously fractured as it went, but yeah, still pretty cool. It wasn't the best idea to slice it, I suppose, but I was hoping though that they come out kind of cool looking once they get polished up. But I suppose if I had more to work with, I could have tried for more. But now to get these loaded up, I'm just going to take these straight through in the vibratory tumbler, straight into stage 1 and on through. I'm not really going to show you how I do that. If you're interested in how I tumble these soft stones like this, I just did a guide, and you can find that up here in that little link there to that guide. And looks like I'll be able to fit everything in there. Yep, everything's in there. I'll be able to get it on the tumbler and see how it looks. And oh, I didn't get everything wet. Should have done that. Alright, well, ready to go. Get it on the tumbler, see how it looks, and maybe I'll add some glass beads once I get it rolling. I'll see you after stage 1's done. So I let these roll for about 6 days in my, or 4 to 6 days anyway, in my rotary vibratory tumbler before I gave up, and I threw them in the rotary tumbler for another 3 days, and I've gotten some pretty good results. They're not perfect, Still see some lines there, but they're looking pretty cool. I'm feeling pretty comfortable about it, ready to throw them back into the vibratory tumbler. And I'll just let them ride out for the next, well, it'll be 6 to 8 days in there. 2 days in stage 2, 2 days in stage 3, and then up to 4 days in stage 4. So, yeah, those are pretty good. I mean, that kind of thing is just, what do you do? I mean, the stones are random all the way through, so I mean, I could tumble it down to that hole disappears, but also the lines might disappear, and I might just end up with a piece of clay. So, you know, that'll look like that by the end. So, it's just easier to let it go. I'm going to live with a hole, clean it out as I go, and yeah. So, I'm going to get these back into the vibratory tumbler, get the barrel loaded up, and I will see you in 2 days again. I just finished up burnishing. End of stage 2 here. And time to see what we got. I did kind of take a peek at them before I put them into the burnish, and these lines aren't being ground down through the lines. I kind of hoped that you know, the vibratory or the stage 2 would grind these down a little more and get it down smooth with that calcite line, but you know, didn't happen, unfortunately. But still, some of these are coming out really cool. I'm liking the way they're coming out. They're feeling good, feeling smooth. I don't know how good of a polish it'll end up having in the end, but so far so good. Not bad, not exactly what I'd hoped, but I think if I had just thrown them back in or left some of them in, even in the rotary tumbler a little longer, they might have come out fine. Like this one's perfect. It's perfectly smooth. Should get a great polish all the way around, but then this guy probably could have done with a little more time in the rotary. But yeah, you just don't know. You don't know how far or how deep those calcite lines go, and I don't know, it's my first time tumbling these, so hopefully you're learning as I am, and if you have some sitting around at home, you know what to do with them now if you want to get a good polish on them. So, back into the barrel, get them going into stage 3. So I just finished the burnish on these in stage 3. This is one of those stages I always wonder why I even bother to record it. It's kind of like a nothing stage. There's nothing really changing, nothing looks different. It still looks the same as it did in stage 2, going into stage 4. They definitely feel pretty smooth. They got a nice little feel to them, but as visibly, there's not much you can see on them. So, I'm not really going to talk about it much. Just going to get these loaded back into the barrel and back into stage 4. Alright, burnish cycle is complete on stage 4 with these lightning stones, and time to get them a little rinsed off here and see what they look like. So not perfectly smooth. You can see a little, let me get an angle on there that you can see, yeah. So they're not 100% smooth, but smoother, not as smooth as I was hoping they would come out, but honestly, it's about better than I had feared it would too. So somewhere right in the middle. I mean, there's the calcite portion definitely sank down a little bit, but no, that's not quite a lightning stone, but I do like the way those turn out, or at least I have in the past. So yeah, trying to just get them dried off and see if the shine on the outside of the stone or the rest of the stone is as pretty as it looks when it's wet. So, alright, well, get them dried off and I'll see you in a couple hours. So the tumble is done and the results are in. Time to take a look and see what we got. Got a pretty good shine for soft rocks. They're not going to have that high gloss finish that you're going to typically get with a, with agates and jaspers and that sort of hard rock. Definitely the calcite undercut, which I was hoping it wouldn't, but that was to be expected. And then, yeah, but otherwise, and of course, since it undercut, it didn't take a good shine. I was kind of hoping it would all take that high gloss look or shine look, kind of like the rest of the stone, but yeah, you can't expect too much from two different mineral hardnesses in the same stone. can make things very difficult. That one had a lot of cracks running through it, obviously, and I'm really glad it didn't pick up grit. I didn't brush these at all, so that's kind of a good sign. Usually it's like agates and jaspers and the harder rocks that don't have, you don't have to worry about grit getting stuck in too much, but not with these. These seem to do all right. Still, all in all, I mean, you can see why it's called a lightning stone. Very pretty. Very cool. Got a decent shine. Definitely darker than when they had gone into the tumbler. They were, well, just about that color when they went into the tumbler. And I don't know what that is. I picked it up at the same time, or picked these up at the same time. Clearly they're not the same. But kinda, but not really. And, piece of coquina. A little piece of coquina slipped through. And then I picked these up at the same time too. Usually these type of stones, I've tumbled these before, and they look weird, but they usually take a decent shine and they look pretty cool. So, yeah, not a jaw dropper, but still, I mean, kind of cool for being a conglomerate of some sort. Took a decent shine all the way across through all the different minerals, which is really cool. I think there's a couple more of those. Yeah, these guys. So kind of fun. Neat to tumble with anyway, and fill the tumbler with it. Here's a good one. Yeah, definitely lightning stone. All in all, I'm really glad with how they turned out. I mean, for a simple, easy tumble, they turned out great. I think anyway. I mean, they're soft stones, so it didn't take too long. I did leave them in the tumbler in a stage 4 for 4 days at the end there, and like I do with most stones, and that seemed to have done the trick for them. Maybe I could have done that all the way through at other stages, turned the speed down and turned the speed down and just left them in for a little while. Like maybe stage 2 at a long time like that might have gotten this down to the calcite lines, but then again, maybe not. Maybe that calcite would always undercut. Oh, here's one that's kind of unique. Looks like it took a little higher shine. I guess about the same. Yeah, it looks like a pleasant mix between this and that. Maybe. So very cool. I'm really glad I tumbled these. I think this one was going to be a whole slice like this, and I just broke it halfway through. Or I broke it in stage 1 intentionally with the back of the screwdriver, like I often do. Use it as a hammer. Here's one that I was curious on how it would turn out. I mean, these lines showed up a little more during the tumble, but I was wondering if more would show up through the sides or it would just stay like it did, and it did. So, because these things, the lines aren't, all the way through the stone. They start and stop wherever they feel like, so you never know what you're going to get. Like no lines on the back of this, but you get a few on the front. But so yeah, if you're ever down in South Haven, Michigan, picking up lightning stones, if you feel like tumbling them, you can get a decent shine on them. So it's kind of cool to know. You want a little shiny souvenir from your trip down there. And as far as I know, that's the only place in the world to pick those up. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm sure there's more. Obviously, there's septarian nodules everywhere, but I don't know if that's the only place to get that particular band of that calcite lightning pattern in them. But yeah, so hope you guys had fun. I hope you enjoy. And for those that make the tourist trip to South Haven, I hope you have fun tumbling them. And, well, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.